Okay guys, hey, good afternoon. Part 2 of a video on my 1967 Mustang Fastback GT. I forgot to mention some stuff on the part 1. So if you've watched the part 1, you can take a look at this one. I've remembered a couple of things I should have said really on the part 1, but in regards to the car, again, 1967 Mustang Fastback GT. I bought the car, brought it out of Portland, Oregon. So the 428 Cobra Jet was rebuilt by a shop, Ford specialty shop up in Oregon, and it was bored 20 over. So it's a 428 Cobra Jet, bored 20 over, making it a 431 cubic inch motor. Also rebuilt was the top loader 4-speed Hurst 4-speed shifter, along with the Ford 9-inch, and it was 355 posi gears in it with 31 spline axles in the car. It was shipped down out of Portland in an enclosed carrier down to Southern California. When I got the car, what I'd done to the car was it needed brakes. So we put Wildwood disc brakes up front, rebuilt the drum brakes in the back with all brand new Ford components, but everything was rebuilt, including the brake lines. Replaced all the shocks front and back, replaced the front sway bar with the Hellwig sway bar, thicker, stronger, and took the stock sway bar out of the car. Put on the wheels and tires, American Racing center lines, 60s up front and 50s in the back. But again, the leaf springs were replaced in the back along with the shocks, coilover shocks, and then the springs up front when we did the brakes. So all that suspension was redone, along with brand new power steering that was installed in the car. We rebuilt all that and installed brand new power steering into the car. And I'll open up the hood. So there you see the 428 installed power steering. So all the mechanisms up front are brand new. We put in the 7-blade Cobra Jet fan, which it didn't have that when I bought the car originally. So the clutch and the 7-blade fan we installed, along with the Griffin 2-row 1.25-inch aluminum radiator. Other than that, what you see is how I had bought the car originally. The motor, transmission, and rear end have about 700 miles on it now. About 4 weeks ago, I got the carburetor tweaked in, timing, plugs done, oil change, etc. And I really go either with the Torco 1040 conventional with the zinc additive, or I go with Joe Gibbs driven racing oil, and again 1040 with the zinc additive. And this engine seems to like the 1040 brand. No overheating issues, runs great, starts right up, and drives straight. Did a wheel alignment once I brought it down to Southern California, got that done. But everything does work on the car. Originally it was an AC car. AC, as you can see, was not installed back into the car, but it was originally an AC car. This is original color to the car, dark moss green in 1967. So this is, it was repainted, but it's repainted decades ago, original color, and the paint's held up really, really well. Probably because it wasn't painted in the state of California, so they have the better paints outside the state of California. But again, original color, and it buffed out really, really nice. So I'll give you a shot of the 9-inch. There's a shot of the 9-inch. Again, all the brake lines were replaced. Leaf springs and shocks. Shocks are coilover. Gas tank's brand new. Exhaust is 2.5-inch Flowmaster Super 44s, but 2.5-inch from the stock exhaust manifolds on the car. Did not put headers on it. for various reasons. I think with headers you run into some problems with header leaks, at least with the stock exhaust manifolds. Haven't had any issues whatsoever with any type of exhaust leak or header leak at all in the car. The fold down rear seat does work. The trunk is in great shape. I've got a bunch of stuff in there, so I won't show it to you, but the trunk is immaculate. No rust. Frame rails are solid. No rust anytime at all. Original sheet metal. You can see it was originally an AC car, 4-speed console car. Upper console also with the map lights, and they do work. I installed the Classic Industry gauges. So the gauges, I do have the originals at home along with the original steering wheel, but I installed Classic Industry gauges. They all work as they should with no issues at all with the gauges. Take a look at the interior. Again, the fold down rear seat does work, and the compartment opening from the trunk into the back, once the fold down seat is down, does work. So everything works as it should. Doors open and close just fine. Again, and the interior is in great shape. That's the original dash pad, and it's like brand new. Dash pad's never been replaced. Other than the instrument cluster, everything's original to the car. But again, I just wanted to add a couple of more things. I do have electric cutouts in the car. And I probably would have liked headers on the car, probably just tri-wise for clearance. Nothing hanging down too low, but I'm just not going to spend the money on it at this time. And it runs and drives fine, doesn't pull. Let go of the steering wheel, it's straight. No issues at all. I'll start it up for you now once again. Emergency brake does work. Neutral. Not going to press the gas. Did not press the gas and the car started. All the gauges do work. The car never overheats at all. Have no overheating issues at all. If anything, the temperature gauge is running maybe 10 degrees higher than it should be, possibly. I've checked it with an infrared temperature sensor, and I'm glad it's not reading low, but it's reading high. But I know by how much, and I have no heating issues at all with the car. The car runs cool all day long in Southern California weather with no overheating issues at all. Again, you'd probably hear the cam a little bit more if the idle was set a little bit lower. It might be running just a hair high. It is cammed up. Again, if the idle was another 100 RPM lower, you'd hear the lope of the cam much better. But again, I just came off about an hour cruise, an hour and a half cruise in the car. Again, no overheating issues. Ran straight. Started right up. It runs great. With that 7-blade Cobra Jet fan with the clutch and that Griffin radiator, there is absolutely no issues at all with overheating at all. I've been in Palm Springs at a car show and it was 110 degrees and I was running this car, no issues at all in 110 degree Palm Springs weather. the electric cutouts, obviously. I've had many people ask me if the car's for sale. You know the saying, everything's for sale for a price. But this isn't your $35,000 Mustang. And between what I paid for it and what I put into it for parts and labor, you could start at possibly doubling that amount. And that might be a starting point. It's probably above that. So the car runs great. No issues at all. Runs like a champ with no overheating issues at all. Thanks guys, just wanted to share. Enjoy. Until next time, peace out.